What if you could get a fully funded master's degree at top universities in Japan, Singapore, the USA, or Hong Kong without paying a single dollar in tuition, and get your flights covered, health insurance included, plus a monthly allowance for rent and food? This is exactly what the ADB-Japan scholarship program offers, and about 250 students get selected every single year. Applications are open right now, but here's the twist. You don't apply directly to the scholarship. Stick with me because I'm about to show you the unique application process that most people get wrong. The ADB-Japan Scholarship Program, or ADB-JSP, is designed for mid-career professionals from developing countries across Asia and the Pacific who want to pursue master's degrees in fields like economics, business, engineering, public policy, and development studies. This isn't just any scholarship. It's fully funded by the government of Japan and administered by the Asian Development Bank with one clear mission: to train the next generation of leaders who will return home and drive economic and social development in their countries. You'll study at some of the world's best universities, graduate debt-free, and join a powerful global network of over 4,000 alumni who are now leading change in government, international organizations, and the private sector. Let's talk about what makes this program so unique. The ADB-Japan Scholarship Program was established back in 1988 through a partnership between the Asian Development Bank and the government of Japan. Every year, they enroll approximately 250 students at 25 designated academic institutions spread across 8 countries. You can study in Japan at universities like the University of Tokyo or Kyoto University, in Singapore at the National University of Singapore, in the United States at schools like the University of Hawaii, in Hong Kong at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, and in other countries like Thailand, Pakistan, India, and the Philippines. Here's what sets this scholarship apart from others. You cannot apply directly to the ADB. Instead, you apply to one of the participating universities for admission to a master's program, and if they accept you and believe you're an excellent candidate, they will nominate you for the ADB-JSP scholarship. The university essentially becomes your advocate. This means choosing the right university and program is absolutely critical to your success. The scholarship is available only for master's level programs, typically lasting 1 to 2 years depending on the program and country. It covers a wide range of fields, including science and technology like computer science, engineering, and environmental studies, economics and business such as MBA programs, finance, and entrepreneurship, development studies focusing on sustainable development and policy management, and law and public policy, including international law and public administration. Now, about timing. Application deadlines vary significantly depending on which university you choose. For universities with April 2026 intake, you typically need to apply between June and December 2025. For September or October 2026 intake, deadlines usually fall between November 2025 and June 2026. This is why it's crucial to check the specific deadline for your chosen institution as soon as possible. Don't assume all universities follow the same timeline. Before you get too excited, let's make sure you qualify. This program has specific requirements, and missing even one could disqualify you entirely, so listen carefully. First, you must be a citizen of an ADB borrowing member country. These include countries across Asia and the Pacific, like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Cambodia, India, Indonesia, Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Vietnam, and many others. The full list is available on the ADB website. If your country has graduated from borrowing status and is now considered developed, unfortunately, you won't be eligible. You also cannot hold dual citizenship with any developed country. If you have dual nationality with a country like the USA, UK, Canada, or Australia, you're automatically ineligible. Here's an important geographic restriction. You must be currently living and working in your home country at the time of application. If you've moved abroad for work or are living outside your home country when you apply, you're not eligible. This rule exists because the scholarship is designed to support people who will return to their home countries after graduation to contribute to development. You need a bachelor's degree or equivalent with excellent academic grades. The program looks for candidates with superior academic records, so if your grades were just average, your chances are significantly lower. You must also have at least 2 years of full-time professional work experience after obtaining your bachelor's degree. Internships and part-time work don't count. The program wants mid-career professionals who already have practical experience in their fields and are ready to take their careers to the next level. Age matters here. You must be under 35 years old at the time you submit your application. There may be some exceptions with special endorsement, but this is the general rule. If you're already pursuing or have completed a master's degree, you're generally not eligible to apply. The scholarship is intended for people pursuing their first master's degree, though there are rare exceptions for certain programs. You also can't have close relatives working at the Asian Development Bank. If your parent, sibling, or spouse works for ADB, you're automatically disqualified to avoid any conflict of interest. And here's the big commitment you need to make. If you receive this scholarship, you must agree to return to your home country for at least 2 years immediately after completing your studies. You'll need to sign this commitment before receiving the scholarship. The whole point of the program is to build capacity in developing countries, so they expect you to go home and use your new skills to make a difference. Now let's talk about what you actually get if you're selected, because the financial support is comprehensive, and this is where the program really delivers. Your tuition fees are 100% covered. You won't pay a single dollar for your master's program, whether it costs $10,000 or $50,000. That entire cost is waived. You'll receive a monthly stipend that covers your living expenses, including housing, food, transportation, and personal costs. The exact amount varies by country, but it's designed to be sufficient for you to live comfortably as a student. For example, at Japanese universities, scholars typically receive around 147,000 yen per month, which is roughly $1,000 US. You'll get a free economy class round-trip flight ticket from your home country to the university when you start your program, and another ticket back home when you complete your degree. Your books and instructional materials are covered through a separate allowance, so you won't have to worry about the cost of textbooks, research materials, or academic resources. Medical and accident insurance is fully covered for the entire duration of your studies, protecting you in case of any health emergencies or accidents. If your program involves research and requires you to prepare a thesis, you may receive a special grant specifically for thesis preparation. This helps cover costs related to data collection, fieldwork, or other research expenses. It's important to note that this funding covers only you as the scholar. It does not provide support for your spouse, children, or any dependents. If you're married or have a family, they would need to fund their own expenses if they join you abroad. Beyond the financial benefits, you gain access to world-class education at prestigious universities, opportunities to work with leading professors and researchers in your field, and membership in a global alumni network of over 4,000 ADB-JSP scholars who are now leaders in their respective countries. This network opens doors for collaboration, career advancement, and lifelong professional connections. Let's walk through what you need to prepare. Start gathering these documents immediately because some take time to obtain. You'll need a photocopy of your passport, and it must be valid for at least 1 year from your application date. Your bachelor's degree certificate and official transcripts showing all your courses and grades are essential. Make sure these are official documents, preferably with university stamps or seals. If you've completed a master's degree as well, include those transcripts too. You need documented proof of at least 2 years of full-time professional work experience. This typically means employment certificates from your employers printed on company letterhead, signed by an authorized signatory like your HR manager or supervisor, and clearly stating your position, employment dates, and job responsibilities. If you're self-employed, you'll need business registration documents and other proof of your work. A certificate showing your annual income or your family's annual income may be required. Some universities give preference to candidates from lower income backgrounds, so this helps demonstrate financial need. You'll need 2 strong letters of recommendation from people who know your work well, typically professors or supervisors. These should be recent letters that speak specifically to your academic abilities, professional achievements, and potential for leadership. If you're applying for an English-taught program and English isn't your first language, you'll need to submit TOEFL or IELTS scores demonstrating your English proficiency. Each university has its own minimum score requirements, so check carefully. Some universities may waive this requirement if you completed your previous degree entirely in English, but you'll need to provide proof. Your curriculum vitae or resume should be professionally formatted and highlight your education, work experience, achievements, publications if any, volunteer work, and relevant skills. A foreigner physical examination form completed by an authorized medical facility may be required to confirm you're in good health. Different universities may require additional program-specific documents like a statement of purpose, research proposal, portfolio for creative programs, or standardized test scores like the GRE or GMAT. Always check the specific requirements for your chosen university and
Here's
program.
where things get a bit complicated because, unlike most scholarships, there isn't a single universal deadline for the ADB-JSP. Deadlines vary significantly depending on which university and which intake you're applying for. For universities offering April 2026 admission, application deadlines typically fall between June and December 2025. For example, Nagoya University's Graduate School of International Development had applications open from June 1st to June 16th, 2025. Kyoto University's Graduate School of Agriculture had an application window from July 22nd to August 5th, 2025. For universities offering September or October 2026 admission, deadlines range from November 2025 to June 2026. For instance, Ritsumeikan Asia Pacific University accepts applications around November 12th, 2025 or January 9th, 2026. For September 2026 intake, Ritsumeikan University's Graduate School of Economics has an application period from November 20th to December 11th, 2025. Some universities, like the University of Tokyo, have programs that accept applications starting April 1st, 2025, with deadlines around December 10th, 2025, for the fall 2026 semester. The East-West Center in Hawaii accepts applications every other year, with the next cycle opening August through December 2026 for fall 2027 academic year. The key takeaway is this: you must visit the official ADB-JSP website, look at the complete list of 25 participating universities, identify which universities offer programs in your field, and then check each university's individual admission website for their specific deadline. Don't assume anything. Some deadlines may have already passed for 2026 intake, but you can start preparing for 2027 intake. After you submit your application, universities typically review applications over several weeks or months. Shortlisted candidates are then nominated to the ADB for final selection. The ADB conducts its own review and makes the final decision, usually communicating results through the university by around May or June. If selected, you'll receive an official scholarship offer and admission letter from the university. Now let's talk about how to actually apply, because this process is different from most scholarships, and getting it wrong means automatic rejection. Your first task is research. Visit the official ADB-Japan Scholarship Program website and carefully review the complete list of 25 designated institutions. These are the only universities where you can receive this scholarship. Browse through the programs they offer and identify which ones align with your academic background, career goals, and interests. Don't rush this step. Spend time reading about each university's strengths, faculty, research areas, and campus culture. Once you've identified 2 or 3 potential universities and programs, narrow it down to one. Remember, you can only apply to one institution, so choose wisely. Consider factors like the program's curriculum, the faculty's expertise in your area of interest, the university's global rankings, the cost of living in that city or country, and whether the program offers an April or September start date that works for your timeline. Next, visit that university's official admissions website. Look specifically for their ADB-JSP application information. Most universities have a dedicated page explaining their ADB-JSP admission process, requirements, and deadlines. Download the application form and the ADB-JSP information sheet, which is a special form required for scholarship consideration. Now you'll start gathering all the required documents I mentioned earlier. Make sure everything is properly formatted, translated if necessary, notarized if required, and meets the university's specifications. Pay special attention to formatting requirements like file size limits, accepted file types, and whether documents need to be certified copies. When you're ready, fill out the university's admission application form completely and accurately. This is crucial. There will be a specific section asking about your funding preference or scholarship application. You must clearly indicate that you wish to be considered for the ADB-Japan scholarship program. Some universities have a checkbox. Others require you to upload the ADB-JSP information sheet. If you miss this step, the university won't consider you for the scholarship even if you're qualified. Submit your complete application and all supporting documents directly to the university before their deadline. Make sure you receive a confirmation email or receipt proving you submitted on time. Do not send anything to the Asian Development Bank office. All applications must go through the university first. After submission, the university's admissions committee will review your application. They'll evaluate your academic qualifications, work experience, leadership potential, and how well you fit their program. If they believe you're an excellent candidate, they'll nominate you for the ADB-JSP scholarship by forwarding your application to the Asian Development Bank. The ADB then conducts its own evaluation based on your academic merit, professional experience, contribution to your country's development, and commitment to return home after graduation. They make the final scholarship decision. If you're selected, the university will contact you directly with the good news. You'll receive both an admission offer and a scholarship award letter. Once selected, you'll need to formally accept the scholarship offer, sign a commitment to return to your home country for at least 2 years after graduation, and begin preparing for your move. The university will guide you through visa application procedures, pre-departure arrangements, and any required orientation programs. Let me share some strategies that will significantly boost your chances of success and help you avoid the mistakes that sink most applications. Start early. This cannot be emphasized enough. Because deadlines vary by university and some close as early as June or July for the following year's intake, you need to start researching and preparing at least 6 to 9 months before your intended start date. Don't discover in December that the deadline for your dream program was in August. Choose your university strategically. Don't just pick the most famous name or the highest ranked school. Choose a program that genuinely aligns with your professional experience and career goals. Admissions committees can tell when applicants are just chasing prestige versus when they have a clear vision for how the program fits their development path. Demonstrate clear development impact in your application materials. The ADB wants to fund students who will return home and make tangible contributions to their country's development. In your statement of purpose or motivation letter, explicitly connect your proposed studies to development challenges in your home country. Explain specific problems you want to solve, policies you want to improve, or innovations you want to bring back. Get strong, specific recommendation letters. Choose recommenders who know your work intimately and can provide concrete examples of your abilities, achievements, and leadership potential. A generic letter that could apply to anyone won't help. Brief your recommenders about the scholarship's development focus so they can tailor their letters accordingly. Make your work experience count. The scholarship prioritizes candidates with meaningful professional experience. In your CV and application, don't just list job duties. Highlight your accomplishments, leadership roles, projects you managed, problems you solved, and impact you created. Show that you're already making a difference in your field. If you're applying to a university in a country where you haven't studied before, demonstrate cultural awareness and readiness to adapt. Show that you've researched life in that country and are prepared for the cultural transition. Now let's talk about common rejection reasons. The most frequent mistake is applying to multiple institutions simultaneously. The ADB explicitly prohibits this. If they discover you applied to more than one university, you'll be disqualified from all of them. Choose one and commit to it. Another common mistake is not clearly indicating your interest in the ADB-JSP on your university application. Some applicants assume the university will automatically consider them for all available scholarships, but you must explicitly request ADB-JSP consideration. Read the instructions carefully. Missing the deadline is surprisingly common because applicants don't realize different universities have different deadlines. Don't assume the deadline is in March just because you saw that for one university. Check your specific university's deadline and mark it on your calendar with reminders weeks in advance. Weak statements of purpose that don't connect your studies to development impact will hurt your chances. The ADB isn't just funding people to study, they're investing in people who will drive change. If your application doesn't demonstrate this commitment, you're unlikely to be selected. Not meeting the 2-year work experience requirement is an automatic disqualification. Don't try to count your undergraduate internships or part-time jobs. The requirement is specifically for full-time professional work after completing your bachelor's degree. Finally, applying while living outside your home country will get you rejected. If you've relocated abroad for work or other reasons, you must return to your home country before applying or wait until you're back home to submit your application.
That's everything you need to know about the ADB-Japan Scholarship Program 2026. If this video helped you understand this unique application process, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss fully funded opportunities like this one. Don't forget to check the description box below. I've linked the official ADB-Japan Scholarship Program page where you can find the complete list of 25 participating universities, their contact information, and specific program details. Everything you need to start your application is right there. Good luck to everyone applying, and I can't wait to hear your success stories.